Hey, welcome to the 14th of July. I finished Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries last night, early this morning. I finished it this morning before we left the house. So I have some issues. I'm a little concerned now about having to read this book for every one of my ABCs. Not this book, but this series. I'm going to give it a shot because the books are so small. I mean, they're like, that one was 212 pages and they're all right around that length. So because they're so small, I'm willing to give them another chance. And as far as the actual mystery goes, it was a normal, cozy mystery. We had the semi-love triangle starting to happen. We had a lot of those tropes. We have yet to get an animal to join the group, but everything else that is a cozy mystery staple was in here. But our main character was supposed to have grown up in Kentucky in foster care. Okay, so those two things we know about her. And yet, she said she's never seen an iron skillet outside of TV, number one. Who's not cooking with a skillet? I do not understand. In Kentucky? For sure they are. At some point in her 18 years of life, yes, she has seen a skillet. I'm like, I do not understand. Also, at one point, she says she got a degree. Well, I'm going to tell you what, if she managed to make it through college and still be as stupid as she is, I do not understand. There are so many things, like, I can't even remember. Oh, she didn't know that the RV needed to be plugged in for the electricity to work. She even stupidly said, well, it has gas. Like, I don't even understand how you live to be an adult and you don't know that an RV won't run off of gas. Like, you can't power everything in an RV from gas. I don't understand. And then the man comes in and also the FBI agent lives in her rundown trailer park? Really? How much is he making at the bureau if he's living in a gross, like, rundown trailer park? I just do not understand any of that. However, he comes to her house to question her about the dead body and is like, oh, why? Well, she said, I can't even get the TV to work. She thought she could just sit down and push the button and the TV would come on. And he said, well, what about your plugs? And she said, I didn't even know what language he was speaking. Girl, come on now. No. So I'm going to need her to get a little smarter and do better, or I don't know that I can make it through here. My son was in the car when I was listening to the beginning of this, and she's meeting all the people in town and everything that's happening. And he said, I don't know that I could listen to this unironically. If you're listening to it to make fun of it, then okay. But I don't know that I could listen to it unironically. So that is what we both thought about the beginning of this book. So I finished it this morning, and I've already started Confessions of a Domestic Failure. I have not read any of Hisfacac. I did watch a Q&A with Q today, and she for sure wrote it on the screen, and it is an F, Hisfacac. Somebody said it sounded like she was saying hiss the cat, which, where would you get that from? That's for sure not what she's saying. But anyway, so I'm going to set my 25 minutes, and this will happen later today. But first, I'm going to plan out my week. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to share that with you all, because literally all I have is this webcam right here and my phone. And I don't like the way my phone works always. But I think what I'll do is I'll walk you through it or talk through it using this calendar for everything that's happening. And there's not anything on here that I think would be concerning for you guys to see. So this is my calendar, and everything that's in red is something I have to do or an appointment that I have to go to. So it's my work stuff. It is our family dinner. I want to do a Sims live stream, but that's going to have to move because that's also the same time that writing club is happening at the library. So I need to move the live stream. So I've got to decide how that's going to work, and I can move it up and do it before writing club, but it would have to be like right here. So I would have to do it at like 3:30. Let's just do all of them. So I could go live from 3:30 to 5:30, but I'm also cooking dinner tomorrow, so I can't do that. So the live stream could happen on Tuesday before, like I could do 2:30 to 4:30. That would be a good time because my husband will be at work, my son will be at work, and I'll be here by myself, and then we have date night afterwards. So maybe that's what I'm going to shoot for, is doing the live stream 2:30 to 4:30. So nothing else can really be shifted around. Everything else is just like it's going to be. So what I do then on my notebook is I go in and write down all of the appointments on their day. So on this side, we have Monday. It's up here, Monday to Sunday. So I'm just going to write the date, the 15th through the 21st, and then I'm going to write any appointments that I have that day. The other thing that I like to do, which we have not talked about, but I love for there to be rainbow anything. I can't help it. It's my favorite. And so I have already picked out 7 colors. I start with pink and then I go red, and because it is the rainbow, I do not have a yellow because I do have a yellow marker, but it doesn't show up very well, so I don't like it. So I just skip to orange, and then we have green, and then I have 2 versions of blue. I have a dark blue and a light blue, therefore leading us into purple at the end. And that's 7, so I just use one for every day. It also helps me to know, because over here where I track my books, I write with whatever pen I'm using that day. So if it's a Monday, it's pink. If it's a Tuesday, it's red, like so on and so forth. So I know kind of when I finished and what I did. This is what it'll end up looking like, where every day just has its own kind of color. So anyway, let me get started. Okay, so this is what this week looks like. And as you can see, Monday is a little bit busy. Tuesday is super busy. And I don't have to work at the library, but I have things already on my list. Come on, Django. Django would like to come and sit up here and say hi. Come on, babe. There he is. Say hello. Why? Aw, he just wanted a hug. You wanted a hug, sweet man? He missed me while I was gone. Okay, so I missed him while I was gone too. So now that is step 1, which is to establish all of my appointments and everything else. Then step 2 is to look at all of the videos that I need to do this week in order to be ahead. Now, one of the things that I usually do is I want to be two weeks ahead. And that means that what I'm filming this week goes up the next week. So I guess 1 week ahead is what I usually want to be. So today I still have to film and edit the Sims video that's going up tomorrow because I did not get ahead. So I'm going to do that today. And then this coming week though, I only need to film 1 Sims video and edit that video, and that will come out on the 22nd. And then I have one coming out on the 29th. And then my Sims picks back up in the month of August. So right now, only 1 video a week. So I'm not trying to rush it. I'm not trying to stress myself out about it. We're going to go pretty slow with it. So I'm going to film that one probably after I get all of this done. I may give myself a little bit of a break and and go read my 25 minutes on my physical book, and then I'll film. We'll see. I may even wait until we get back from dinner, and then I can film before I go get ready for bed. It doesn't matter. Just at some point today, I'm going to film and edit that video. But this coming up week, I need to film and edit 1 video. So it looks like either Wednesday or Thursday will be the best time to do that, because Wednesday I'm working in the morning from 10 to 1, and then I don't have anything else the rest of the day. And my husband and my son will both be gone in the afternoon. And then on Thursday, I'm working the evening shift from 3:30 to 8. So I can film in the morning when my son's asleep and my husband's at work. So that will work for that one as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to tentatively put it on Thursday for me to do. And then if I feel like doing it on Wednesday, I can get it taken care of early. But I don't want to put it on Wednesday and then say, I could do it tomorrow, and push it to Thursday. Django needs to go hunt some more outside. So there he goes. I'm so glad I got these stairs. It's made his life so much easier. He can hang out with me, and then he can leave and come back and go, and I don't have to do anything. Okay, so I've put down the Sims video for Thursday, and then like I said, we'll see what happens, whether I can do it early or not. Now, these videos for this channel, I really don't have any as far as like, you need to film this and get it ready. So I'm gonna go over and check my communication with my client. I'm gonna see when she is gonna be filming everything. She batch films, so she'll film everything like in 1 week, and then I have 1 week to get everything edited for her. So I'm going to go look at that communication and see if I have videos from her that need to be edited this week. Okay, so yes, she is filming this week, which means I don't have any to edit yet. I might get some to edit by Friday, but Friday is going to be my long day at the library. And then Saturday, I have nothing. So I'm going to put a note in here on Saturday that I could maybe edit 1 or 2 of her videos just to kind of get a jump start, because I don't know what next week's going to look like. And so if I can get a few of them done before then, she doesn't want them until the 29th, which gives me 2 weeks to get them all edited. Well, from today, it's 2 weeks to the 29th. So it's not quite going to be 2 weeks. It's really going to be 1 week. So I'm going to put in here on Saturday that I want to start looking at hers to edit. Okay, so it looks like, let me go back over here. We've got everything in here and on here for my Sims videos. And then, like I said, these videos I can't really prep for because I'm filming them and editing them. So I'm not gonna, I do need to leave about 30 minutes every day for editing. So what I need to talk about now is my other YouTube channel. So I have not mentioned it at all because my husband and I do it together, and it's been 5, come on babe. It's been 5 or 6 years since we started this one. It's our oldest channel, and it also has the least number of views. It is called Wanderlost, and I will be putting it down below because as we went on our trip this last week, we have neglected it. We were going to close it, like completely shut it down. However, it is a tourist channel, pretty much like a channel that just explains things for you to do in different cities, and we just did it based on where we lived and where we traveled. We had just stopped doing it. Really, COVID made us stop all of it because we couldn't travel and we couldn't go places. And so since COVID, it has gone like down and down, and we haven't really done much with it since 2020. However, we went on this trip and I was like, hey, what if we don't put pressure on ourselves, but we just talk about the places that we've been? Because if somebody's going there, like, here's a really good example. We lived in South Dakota for 3 years, and the main interstate that goes through South Dakota, you start in Sioux Falls and you go all the way across this whole state, and it is like so boring. It's the longest, boringest drive. So we made a whole video about things to do on I-90 when you're coming across South Dakota. Well, the number of comments that we still get on that video years after we made it, where they're like, oh, I just did this and it was so long. Or people are like, oh, we're going to be traveling to Rapid City in the spring or whatever, and we have to drive that. Thank you for telling us there are things to do along the way. And so I'm like, I don't want to take it away because people are still getting value out of it. And I don't want to put pressure on us. Like, we used to put out a video every single week. And if we didn't have something to do, we would have to like go out and do something just so we could film it and put it on YouTube. And I didn't want to live like that anymore. I was like, I don't want to do that. So our plan going forward, and we're going to talk about this in our first August video that's coming out on that channel, but our plan going forward is that we are going to talk in like our August 1st video. We'll tell you what's coming up in the month of August, and we're going to share with you what we did in July. So we're going to film the stuff that we go and do that month if we go and do anything. If we don't, then we don't have any videos for the next month. But we're going to keep it a month behind. So whatever we do in July will come out in August, and whatever we do in August will come out in September, and so on and so forth. And I wanted to keep it where it was close, so we weren't putting out videos of us in July like in January. But I also don't want to do it like you have to film this on Saturday and this video has to go up on Wednesday. Like, I definitely didn't want to put that kind of pressure on myself and on us. So what we're doing is in the month of August, everything that we filmed while we were in Teddy Roosevelt National Park, which was 8 different videos, those are going to come out on the Wanderlost channel in the month of August because we did it in July. And then in the month of August, we're actually traveling to DC. We have a conference that we have to go to in DC, and we have some videos of DC. We lived there for 4 years, but that was before we made the channel, but we've gone back and visited. So we do have some DC things, but we're going to be tracking and videoing what we do in DC while we're there for the week. And so that is also going to be coming out in September on the Wanderlost channel because we're going and doing it in August. I hope that makes sense. And then in September, if we don't go anywhere or don't do anything, then October won't have any videos. I am not going to be pressuring us to do extra. It's literally just going to be editing the stuff that we've done. And we have filmed so many like touristy videos in the past that it's not a big deal to film. It's not a big deal to edit. Like it just doesn't take long once we're already at a place. I hope that makes sense as well, like what our plans are and what we're going to do. So I am going to link the channel down below. I know I haven't mentioned it, like I said, or said much about it. Maybe at the very beginning of my reading channel I did, because when we started tapering off Wanderlost is when I started doing the reading channel a lot more. So they kind of coincided with each other. One of them went down and the other one started. And so anyway, we're just going to pick back up with Wanderlost. I want to be able to talk with people who are traveling and just get more of that interaction with like, have you been here and have you been here? And I got that. I showed it to you, the National Park cup. And now our goal is to fill up that cup and go to all the national parks. So that is going to be a thing that we're going to be trying to do, whether we can drive to them or if we have to fly to them. Who knows where we're going to be living every year. So things change as far as our locations and all of that stuff. So we're just going to be keeping track of it over there. All of that to say, as I'm looking through my schedule for this week, I need to set aside some time. I don't need to, I want to. Right now, while my Sims channel is slowed down for the month of July, I would like to set aside some time this week to edit those videos that are going to be going on the Wanderlost channel. And then I don't have to worry about them. I set them, I make the thumbnail and the description, and then I'm done. And they will post themselves as we move into the month of August. So that's it, I think. Let me know if you guys have any more questions or if there's anything else you want to know about how all of that is working. I'm trying to give you like some behind the scenes stuff, and maybe you don't care about it. So I'm sorry if you don't care. Hopefully you just skipped along to the next thing. But I'm going to put some of those in here on some of these days where I don't have as much, especially Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to put to work on editing those. And then I'm going to go read my book. And I'll tell you about it after I read some more. Okay, I finished filming my Sims video and I am going to, I have it ready to be edited. I'm not going to edit it now because it's 4:21 and we're about to leave to go do dinner. But first, I've got to go in the kitchen and put away my breakfast that I went ahead and made. This is going to be 4 breakfasts for me. I'm going to cut it. It's just eggs and ground turkey and spinach. That's literally all it is. And salt, pepper, and chili powder. So I'm going to separate that out and put it away so that I'll have breakfast this week. And then we're getting ready to go to dinner. I think it's Applebee's tonight. I just love the way bookstores smell. I just love them. I'm about to edit the video. We're back from dinner. We went to Applebee's. I did not get any clips of Applebee's, but after Applebee's, we went to Barnes & Noble. Does anybody else want to call it Barnes and Nobles? Like, I just want both of them to have an S on the end. Anyway, yes, I did find some stuff. So I was thinking about the Herkid, and what I have not done yet is I have not gotten the book that you read, and then you read the 3 blurbs on it. So over here, let me scoot over. It says, find a book with 3 or more blurbs and read the books from each of the blurbed authors as well as the one you picked. So I was looking for some like shorter romance novels, and I found this one, The Prospect by K.T. Hoffman. And there is a blurb on the front by Casey McQuiston, and then there are a ton on the back. We have Allison Cochran, who wrote The Charm Offensive, Alicia Thompson, who wrote Love from Cold World, John Paul Brammer, who wrote Hola Papi, Anita Kelly, who wrote Love and Other Disasters, Sabrina Embler, How Far the Light Reaches, and Rachel Lynn Solomon, who wrote The X Talk. So I have plenty of options. I already have a Casey McQuiston that is going to be my new book that I'm reading for my release month. So if I were doubling up, I could do that. Casey's book is coming out in August. The Pairing is the book that I'm going to pick. I'm pretty sure that's Casey McQuiston. Now I'm wondering. Anyway, Casey wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is fantastic. Anyway, so there's plenty of people that I can choose from. So this was the first one that I found, and I was like, oh, it sounds really cute. It is a debut romance set in the pressure cooker of minor league baseball, revealing what's possible when we allow ourselves to want something enough to swing for the fences. So that sounds like it'll be interesting. Then I was like, I want to find one about fake dating that's got blurbs because, fake dating is my trope. Well, this is already on my wish list, and it is A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. And I was like, it literally says it in the title, so I know it's fake dating. Now, the bad news is it only has 2 blurbs. It has one on the front by India Holton, and the back, it has a blurb by Jessica Clare. So I was like, man, I even checked the inside and the back to see if there were 3 blurbs on there. There's not. So I have 2 blurbs on this one. So this one doesn't count. This is just a book I picked up because it's fake dating and I want to read it. Then another book that's on my list that I'm pretty sure is on the monstrosity right now. I'm not going to take the time to load it up and look, but Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. You can also tell, if you know what this book looks like in real life, you can see how orange it shows up for you guys, but it is very red for me. So this one on the front has Allie Hazelwood. Yes, please, because I want to read her new book as well. It has Emily Henry on the back. And then on the inside, because it only has 2, and I was like, oh no, only 2. No, we have 3 pages of blurbs on the inside of this book with so many people. A lot of them are magazines, so they're not all people, but we do have Allie Hazelwood again inside here. And then we have Emily Henry, Farah Racone, I'm not sure, Casey McQuiston, and the rest of them are all magazines and newspapers. But that's it. I definitely have 3 that I can use for Part of Your World. No, Yours Truly, I already read Part of Your World. So I do have options now for the find a book with 3 or more blurbs, and then read the books that are blurbed, or read a book from each person that's blurbed. So I'm going to make a list of the blurbs that are on both of these books, and I'll see. But you guys tell me right now, which one do you think I should read? I'll read you the synopsis of them both. This is for The Prospect. Underdog and optimist Gene Ionescu, the first openly trans player in professional baseball, has everything he's ever let himself dream of until Luis Estrada, Gene's former teammate and current rival, gets traded to his team, upending the careful equilibrium of Gene's life. The two can't manage a civil conversation off the field or a competent play on it, but in the close confines of dugout benches and roadie buses, they begrudgingly rediscovered their rhythm. For every tight double play they execute, there's also a glance at summer-tanned shoulders or a secret shared, each one a moment of possibility that ignites in Gene the visceral, terrifying kind of desire he's never allowed himself. Soon, Gene has to reconcile the quiet, minor league-sized life he used to find fulfilling with the major league dreams Lewis inspires. So, This one is even said, if you like Ted Lasso, you will love Prospects. Funny, tender, and hot. So then for yours truly, it says, Dr. Brianna Ortiz's life is seriously flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalized. Her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor. And that promotion she wants, oh, that's probably going to the man doctor who's already registered 80 freaking 7 on Brianna's pain in the behind scale. Just when all systems are set to hate, Dr. Jacob Maddox completely flips the game by sending Brianna a letter. And it's a really good letter. The kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, he might be this fantastically funny and subversively likable guy who's terrible at first impressions, because suddenly he and Bree are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sob closet, and discussing the merits of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wonders just how she can resist this quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't refuse. Wow, I guess that's why it's called Yours Truly, because it was a letter. I had no idea that's what it was about. But anyway, this is supposed to be really cute as well. So you guys tell me what you think. Should I pick Yours Truly or The Prospect for my Herkid blurb book? And that is what I will put tentatively out to the side of there. I don't know which one to go with. The other one I'm, of course, going to read, but just not yet. And I think that is all for all of that. I am about to, like I said, edit my Sims video for tomorrow and get that uploaded. And then I've already edited today's video, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh, and I read almost 10 minutes. I'm at 16 minutes now out of 25. So I read for almost 10 minutes in this Hiskak. And we went to school with Talia, and now we're back home with Mel. And I just feel so bad for Mel. Like, I get it that the family can't bring anybody else there. Like, they literally have creatures and cryptids that live at their house. You can't just call up a plumber and be like, hey, can you come over and look at our house? Like, no, they can't. So Mel has to try to fix everything on her own. And that's just so much pressure. And I feel so bad for her. Like, at one point, she's really hungry. And she's like, I made food for Talia and Calliope, and I didn't make breakfast for myself. And I'm like, ugh. Like, she's mothering her 2 little sisters because they don't have a mother. So anyway, I'm really liking it. I think it's a really good book. There's literally one sentence in the whole thing so far that I thought they used the same word twice right there. Like, I feel like that sentence needs to be restructured. Literally, that's it. And I have a hard time when I read a lot of books. I find a lot of errors in them. And this one is... I'm going to tell you already, even though I'm barely started in it, it's still better than the Beaches and Bungalow book that I finished. I also saw that it does have the lowest rating of any of the rest of the books in that series. So we're just going to hope that it gets better as it goes along. But I'm going to edit this, and then while it's uploading and exporting, I'm going to read some more of Hiskak, and then I'm listening to Confessions of a Domestic Failure, and oh my gosh, it is me as a new parent, me. Like, it's me. So much of what she's talking about and what she's dealing with and going through, I'm like, that's exactly what I felt like when I was there. So anyway, except I had another layer of, I don't know if guilt is the right word, but another layer on top of it where I felt like I had to be the perfect parent because I had to take fertility pills and go through all of this stuff just to get pregnant. And so it felt like it was like this super huge gift that I had been given, and I needed to treat it in just the right way and be just the perfect parent because I worked so hard to get pregnant that it almost felt like I couldn't complain about the stuff that my kid did. I couldn't complain about how I was tired and never got any sleep because I had worked so hard for this baby. So I just had a ton of guilt around all of that as well. Like, it was not happy all the time and rosy and everybody's fine. And at the time I was so young, and I was not so young. I was in my mid-20s, but I just didn't have the maturity to know that I was okay. Like, I was fine, and I was a great parent, and I was doing the best that I could do. And instead of us saying that to ourselves, like, you're literally doing the best that you can do at this moment, then we are so quick to say, well, you could be doing this and this and this, and you should be doing this better, and you're a failure. And so, Anyway, I just wish I could go back to that former me and be like, you're doing fine. Like, you're doing fine. Your kids are great. You're great. Everything is fine. But anyway, you just learn things as you get older. So I'm going to go edit this, and then I'm going to read his FAQ, and then I'll probably go back to my audiobook. I am also watching Deadpool for the first time. My son, we have already purchased tickets to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine's movie. I don't know what it's called. Deadpool and Wolverine? Yes. Okay, apparently that's what it's called. I wrote in my thing, it says Wolfpool or it says Dead Wolf. I can't remember in our calendar when we're going to watch it, but I put it together like that. So I'm watching Deadpool right now, and I'm halfway through with the first movie, and all I have to say is it is sad and depressing. And my son's like, are you going to watch some more of Deadpool tonight? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it makes me sad. It's not, I thought it was going to be funny and gory and ew, gross, but it's more of just like, I'm sad for him. And so, I don't know. But anyway, I'm watching Deadpool at the same time that I'm trying to do all of this other stuff. And I did get my day all planned out for tomorrow. So we will check in with that in the morning as I am doing my admin stuff and starting the chicken for our tacos tomorrow. I'll be doing that. So my egg mixture that I made is done, all put away, ready to go for breakfast in the morning. And that's it. So I will check in with you guys probably just before I go to bed, let you know how much reading I've gotten done. So Deadpool, the movie, has some really good songs in it, and they keep getting stuck in my head. Anyway, I'm not finished with the movie, but I am finished for tonight. My husband is loading the dishwasher, and since that is an amazing task, we do not care about that noise. Second thing, I did finish reading my time for Hisfakak. I had to say it slowly so I knew what I was saying. I did finish my time reading for that, and I'm averaging like 1 page a minute. I don't know if I'm just reading slowly or if their pages are big. I mean, it's larger than a normal paperback, but anyway, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I'm just slow with my eyeballs. So anyway, I finished my 25 minutes of that, so tomorrow I'll start a new 25 minutes, and, oh, Django, come on, babe. Django ran up here even though we had already stood up because I was about to go to bed, and then I was like, wait, I didn't close out the vlog. So nothing else happened except I finished reading that. I got my video edited and exported and uploaded and everything for The Sims. So my members have that video now, and it goes live on the channel tomorrow. And then I did get a message from one of my friends, and her son is thinking about homeschooling this coming school year. And so she said she wanted to meet and just ask a bunch of questions. So as you guys saw when I was looking through my schedule this week, Wednesday, I work in the mornings, and then I don't have anything else. I work in the morning until 1 p.m., I think, and then I don't have anything after that. So I messaged her, and I was like, Wednesday, I'm wide open. So once I hear back from her, I'll add that in as an appointment that day, and that way I won't try to plan anything around doing that. But I'm also really glad that I decided to film my Sims video on Thursday, just in case something happened Wednesday, because now I might be hanging out with my friend, chatting with her about potentially homeschooling her teenager. So that's it. Speaking of homeschooling, my teenager is starting school on Tuesday. He does not start Monday because the deal that we've made with his job that he's working, he works in the afternoon time, evening time. And so he does school on the days that he does not have to go in early. Sometimes he gets called in early. Sometimes he chooses to go in early. And so on those days, he does not have to do school. So he's going in early tomorrow. So no school for him tomorrow. But then on Tuesday, we're going to jump back into school. It's his senior year, and I want to give us as much flexibility as possible so that we don't have to do school when things pop up and he gets called into work and other things like that happen. And we still have plenty of time to get him done and graduated by the middle of May next year. So we're starting now so that we have plenty of time to finish by the end of May. And I think that's all. So I've got my schedule made, already told you, sitting right here beside me. Got my pink pen because Mondays are pink, and I am ready to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.